Hey guys, Jacob here. Welcome back to Modern Masculinity. Today I want to give you guys a slightly different video than usual, but still one that pertains to self-improvement. I wanted to talk to you guys about what Frederick Douglass's narrative, his autobiography, taught me about self-improvement. Now, for those who don't know, Frederick Douglass was an enslaved black man in the United States, and he escaped. He never really gave details, but he escaped to the north of the country and then became an activist for abolitionism, basically until slavery was abolished in 1865, after which point he continued championing the rights of black Americans until the end of his life. So that's some background, and his book, Narrative of the Life of the American Slave, I believe it's called. I don't remember the exact name, but basically it's a telling of his experience with slavery, with the different masters who owned him, putting that in brackets. Obviously they didn't actually own him, but you know what I mean. And it was really an eye-opening book. It showed me some of the horrors of slavery, but more than that, it taught me a lot about the human spirit. So I'm going to talk about 3 major points I took away from this that can help you in your self-improvement journey. And if you're on self-improvement, I recommend reading the book. So it taught me, first of all, the indomitability of the human spirit, and its thirst for freedom. I mean, throughout the book, Frederick Douglass demonstrates an admirable level of dedication to not losing hope that one day he will be free. And, it's something that, us as readers in the 21st century can take away from and say, like, well, our situations may be bad, but we're not enslaved, so we can take this kind of, not joie de vivre, but this refusal to be hopeless, and we can use that to our advantage. The second thing that Frederick Douglass's narrative taught me is the value of hard work. So, while Frederick Douglass was enslaved for a while, and eventually he was still enslaved, but he was employed in Baltimore. I believe he was doing carpentry or shipbuilding, and he was allowed by his master to keep a portion of his pay. He actually came up with a deal with his master at one point where he would keep his pay, but then he would have to pay room and board to his master. So basically the way he put it, and I remember this, is that, and I'm paraphrasing, is that he had all of the responsibilities of a free man with all of the freedoms, or lack thereof, of a slave. So he had the worst of both worlds, and yet he believed that since he had just part of him was free, like now part of him was officially free, right? He saw that as a win, and he got that through hard work and perseverance. And it also showed that even within the horrible circumstances of American slavery in the South in the 1840s, 1850s, there was still some kind of a meritocracy within it, which was weird to me. But the way that Frederick Douglass described it is basically, he was still able to build himself up somewhat within the confines of slavery. Now, this is not an excuse for slavery, but it's just going to show that even when you are bound by all of the chains possible, when you are the least free a human being can possibly be, you could still improve yourself. And that was also eye-opening. I mean, he learned to read literally just what he would do is he would when he was a kid, he would basically he would give, I don't remember what he would do, but he would strike up a deal with local white boys, and in exchange for them kind of helping him learn to read, he would do something for him. I think he would give them his rations or something. But anyways, they worked out a deal. So he was dedicated to improving himself, and once he learned how to read, when he was under the employment of one of his masters, he organized a local, I believe it was a local Bible school, where he taught local enslaved people how to read and learn the Bible. And I thought that was incredible. Like, he not only was he improving himself, he was like, he wanted to help improve his community. And the fact that he did that within the confines of abhorred slavery is, you know, he's a better man than any of us, I think. But yeah, so those are the things I learned about self-improvement from Frederick Douglass's narrative of the life. It's really worth a read, and frankly, it's a short read. The book itself is like 95 pages at most. So, I mean, it's taken me about a month to get through because I've been inconsistent with it. But you could read it in, you know, if you set aside like an afternoon and you're a pretty quick reader, you can read it. It's a really, really good book. I bought it when I was in Washington, D.C. on a trip a couple of months back with my university, and it was at a local bookstore. It was $5, so I'm like, fuck it. I've heard of this book, I've heard that it's good, I bought it, and it's been worth every penny, and I've gotten this value out of it. Now, I'm sharing this value with you, but please do go read it. It's a good book. That's all I have to say. Do all the YouTube things, comment please, that's the most important thing. Share this video with someone you think would find it useful, and stay hard.